You know, I know it goes against the traditional gamer stereotype to admit that you like sports, but if you know me personally, you know that I'm a big fan of basketball. And when it comes to VR, I'm actually a big fan of the VR sports genre as a whole. And during all the time I've spent playing VR, I have yet to find myself a really solid VR basketball experience. That is, until now. Hey everyone, Blake from Digital Cynics here, and in this short video I'm going to be talking about a game I recently discovered called Gym Class. It's a free VR basketball game that you can get for the Quest or Quest 2. I'm just going to kind of give a rundown about the game, talk about some of the things I really like about it, as well as some of the things that I think are really holding it back from being a great title. Be sure and hit that like button if you like this type of content, and without any further delay, let's get right into the video. Alright, so naturally, the game's going to start you off in its main menu. In here, you'll be able to see some of your basic stats, select what multiplayer lobby you want to join, or if you want to make a private room or play solo, you can do that as well. Each lobby you choose from will either have a 1v1, 2v2, or a 3v3 match that you'll be able to participate in. And the lobbies are divided into a few different court styles. As of this recording, you have the classic indoor basketball court, the brightly colored outdoor Miami court, as well as a beachside LA court. There's also a nighttime variant for the LA court if you happen to be one of Gym Class's Discord members. This game is completely free to download via Oculus's App Lab. However, there is a premium option called GM mode. If you purchase GM mode, you unlock the ability to play multiplayer matchmaking without the need to try and wait your turn in a public lobby. More on that later. You also get the ability to have your own private customizable court, allowing you to play different game modes with friends. Now for me, it's the mechanics that makes Gym Class really shine and shows its maximum potential. The game has full locomotive movement with the ability to pass, dribble, catch, jump, dunk, and of course shoot. It can take a while to get used to the mechanics and how the controls all work, but once you get the hang of things, it really is a lot of fun, and doing things like pulling off a 3-point jump shot or dunking on somebody in a game is super satisfying. If you need to fine-tune the controls, you can adjust the power of your shot and the angle of your controllers to match your desired preferences. For me personally, I found that for the controllers, setting them to 10 degrees was the sweet spot angle for myself, and I set the power to about 105%. Your personal preferences may vary, but that is what I found to be the sweet spot for myself. I really recommend any newcomers to the game spend a good amount of time in solo mode to really get used to the mechanics and kind of fine-tune your personal preferences. And then once you feel comfortable with that, go ahead and start checking out some of the multiplayer lobbies. Whatever multiplayer room you end up choosing, the court is always going to be divided into two sections. One half of the court is a free-for-all shooting area where players just hang out and practice, similar to how you would in solo mode. The other half of the court is where the game takes place. If you find yourself really enjoying the gameplay of Gym Class, I would strongly encourage you to consider picking up that GM mode because it really makes the gameplay experience a lot better. Mainly because GM mode just allows you to automatically queue up for a match, whereas joining a public lobby doesn't always guarantee you a spot in the next game. When you're joining a public room, there's really no automated system to hold your place in line and guarantee you a position in a upcoming match. It's sort of like a free-for-all honor system, similar to how it would be at a public basketball court. And while for the most part people seem to respect the line, a lot of people like to cut in front and just sort of ignore everybody else who's been waiting their turn. By having GM mode, it allows you to automatically join a multiplayer match, and in public rooms there really isn't that ability. So I do hope that the developers add at least some sort of automated queuing system so that, you know, at least have the winners hold their place in line and the losers swap out with people who have been waiting their turn. Something to that effect so that people don't get burned on people who are hogging court time. There's also a few other big issues with the game that really prevent me from being able to recommend this game to everyone. First off, this is an early access game, so it's going to have its fair share of bugs. I've had the game crash on me a few times at startup, but this never did happen to me in mid-game. There's been a handful of physics-related bugs, and there's this weird issue if there are too many balls spawned in the free shooting range. The physics will begin to spaz out and the balls will all go flying around for a second until things reset and you're allowed to then get a new ball. However, the biggest issue related to like bugs and whatnot is the height glitching. There's basically a height glitch in the game where people make their avatars really tall by exploiting the Quest's Guardian system. At least that's how I think they're doing it anyway. It's a pretty prevalent occurrence, and I hope that the developers are able to address this issue in the future. Bugs aside though, for me personally, I think the biggest issue plaguing this game is its sort of toxic environment in the public lobbies. This is a free game, and it's going to invite a lot of toxic people, primarily a lot of little kids. While I don't think that it's bad that kids are playing it, or I'm not even saying that the toxic people are inherently the problem, it's the fact that the game doesn't seem to give me any obvious tools at my disposal to be able to either block, report, or just simply mute other people that I find to be annoying. Playing this game can often remind you of the early days of Xbox Live, and that's not necessarily a good thing. I mean, just having the option to mute people would be a big plus, and you know, if I'm missing something, please, someone in the comments let me know, because I would love to be able to do that. Funny enough, I didn't have much of an issue with people that I played with in the GM mode's matchmaking. This might just be due to the fact that there's less people in one room, but regardless, my experience playing matchmaking via the GM mode was very solid, and I actually got some pretty nice pointers on how to improve my handling from some of the people that I played with. With all that being said, I think Gym Class has a lot to offer for someone who is looking for a really solid basketball VR experience. From what I've seen anyway, it's really the only player in the market right now, and you know what? It has a solid foundation. There's a bit of a learning curve to it, and you're gonna lose a lot in matchmaking, but as a fan of basketball, for me, I find it a lot of fun. And if the developers happen to be watching this video, I think that this game has a really strong foundation. If some of those issues that I mentioned before do get addressed, I think this game has a lot of potential to be something really, really special. I'm having a lot of fun right now with this game, and I intend to play more after this video is done. And yeah, if this game seems like something you would like to check out for yourself, I'll be sure to leave a link in the description down below. And yeah, that about wraps it up for this one, everyone. Thank you again, as always, for watching the video and checking out the channel. If you have any questions about this game that I neglected to mention in this video, please be sure to ask away in the comments down below. Feel free to hit us up on any of our social media platforms and consider joining our Discord community server. But yeah, that's enough rambling out of me. Thank you again so much for watching. My name is Blake, and for all things tech, games, movies, to anything nerdy in between, be sure and subscribe to Digital Cynics. Have a good one, everyone. We'll see you next time.